Okay, this is going to be a video of a comparison between a Windows 7 starter and the new forthcoming Google Chrome OS. It's actually Chromium OS right now, an open source project that has just been made available to the public. We're going to compare both of them using Sun Spider, which tests JavaScript, a lot of typical tasks that you do on the web, and these are using netbooks. They're ASUS EEPC 1008HA-MU17 netbooks. As you can see, we've got the latest BIOS on here. The build is date of 8/18. The processor is Intel Atom, and it's the brand new N280, which is a 1.66 gigahertz. And I also swapped out the 1 gigabyte of memory with 2 gigabytes of memory. And the type of memory that's installed is OCZ high performance memory. It's DDR2 PC 6400 memory. Each of these computers have just arrived. They're brand new. You can see the stickers are still on them. Just unboxed them and installed the memory. I also configured USB drives for each of them with the Google Chrome OS or the Chromium OS installed on those, so you can boot off the USB drive. So you have two options. You can boot to Windows 7 starter or Google Chrome OS. What I'm going to do is I'm going to configure one of these to boot to Windows and one of them to boot to Google's Chrome OS. Let's see, this one, you can see it's going to boot first off the hard drive. That's for Windows 7's installed. And on this one, we will boot right to the USB stick here, this Patriot 4 gigabyte USB stick. And from there we will save each of them. I'll try and do them in unison here. We'll watch as they boot up. On the Google Chrome OS, you do need to log in. So we'll see how quickly this happens. Windows 7 actually is quite a bit faster boot up than Vista. And there you can see already the Chromium OS, and I'm already at a login. So it's just a matter of couple seconds to get to the Chromium build. Now right up here you can see it's starting to make its Wi-Fi connection. It's the middle icon. Windows 7 is still starting up right now. We'll let them both get fully booted up. You can see the web page is not available. That's because it's still connecting. Right now it has connected, so the web will work, and we're going to run a test here in a second. We'll wait for the Wi-Fi to connect here as well. And this is 802.11n, so it's using very fast Wi-Fi N connection to get to the internet. Battery life on this is very long. It's up to 6 hours. It does have a 200 gigabyte hard drive in it, in addition to the 4 gigabyte USB drives. Now it's still connecting here to the Wi-Fi, so we got to let Windows 7 get booted up. As you can see, we are fully booted up here in Chrome. We'll do a reload here. So you can get to calendar. Over here are some of the apps that Google makes available. Gives you a nice little menu. Things you can get into. Again, the other computer still, hard drive's going a little bit yet. Should make its connection any second now. And then we can run our test. For the test, instead of using Internet Explorer on Windows 7, I'm going to use Google Chrome. Internet Explorer 7 is quite a bit slower, so it really isn't quite as good of a test. Now you can see the Wi-Fi is up here. So both of them are ready, but you can see the boot time under Google Chrome OS or Chromium OS is much faster. Let me go ahead and get Chrome started on this one. As you can tell over here on the Google Chrome OS, basically what you get is Chrome. Your Chrome web browser is what it comes into. Once that gets started, we're going to run the Sun Spider JavaScript test on each of them. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to bring it up here. Do a quick search for it and find the benchmark. Okay, we'll get this one going. And let's get the other one going. I create a little bookmark here for it. again and start now. And we'll let that run. Now it's going to run for a few minutes here. I am going to be selling each one of these netbooks on eBay. Installing memory in the ASUS1008HA is actually pretty tricky. You need to take the keyboard apart and the computer apart to access the memory. It's not accessible via a hatch in the bottom like a lot of laptops. But the benefit is this computer is very, very small, very, very light, and again, using the new Intel Atom N280, it's pretty fast for a netbook. It's pretty decent. But the memory really does make a big difference and helps with the speed, makes it a lot more usable, especially when you use it for more longer periods of time. You can see it's running through all of its tests right now. I've also tried this with the Google V8 benchmark, but I thought the SunSpider might be a little bit better test, a little bit fairer comparison. And we'll let it keep running. ASUS does provide 500 gigabytes of online storage in addition to the 250 gigabytes, which is nice. You can see there's a webcam built right in. It's a 1.3 megapixel camera, so again, for a netbook, it's pretty good quality. It's only an inch thick. There you can see the Google Chrome OS is finished already at 2180.2 milliseconds, and we have 2673.4 milliseconds. So again, not too big of a difference. Internet Explorer is actually a whole lot slower. Chrome runs pretty decent on Windows 7, but overall, each of those scores are pretty good for a netbook. You know, again, I think the memory makes a difference. The new Intel Atom processor makes a difference as well.